The manual of life continues. It is paramount in our life. Everybody must know the Bible, because that's the manual of life. Things may be very, very successful, beautiful with you, everything going on according to plans, just working out beautifully. One thing you must remember, that you cannot buy your way to heaven with money. You cannot buy your way to heaven with influence or knowing somebody. No, it's you, one-on-one with God, your preparation here. The manner of life is just the only true way you can know the truth and prepare yourself. That is sure. Now, the manner of life in Genesis, we saw where God created Eve from Adam. Adam was happy. He called Eve the flesh of his flesh, the bone of his bone, and they became one. That's how the union of man and woman started. God made it. But today, let us see where the problem started. What happened? Where are we where we are right now? Why death came? It's in Genesis 3, the beginning of all the beginnings. Genesis is a very, very important book in the Bible. Very, very important. The formation, the foundation, the beginning, the creation, God Himself, and where everything went wrong is in Genesis. So it is obvious that every man and woman born into this world must know the book, Genesis. So in Genesis 3, we're going to emphasize more on verse 13, when Satan, serpent is called, came down to the Garden Eden and deceived Eve. Was this Eve's fault, or was it Adam's fault, or was it God's fault? Whose fault? In the first place, Adam being in the garden without Eve, Adam have done so much work. Name all the beasts on the earth, the birds in the air, and the aquatic animals in the sea. All that Adam have done without Eve. So it's like Eve is a new person in a new environment. So what happened? She was carried away with the beautiful things, all the great things God have done on earth. The Bible said they are good. God Himself confirms it, they are good, and He loved it, and we love it. Eve was carried away. It can happen to any man, any woman. That when you get to a new place, sightseeing, things that you've not seen before, admiring them, loving them, she strayed away from Adam. Adam was not there when Satan and serpent came down to deceive Eve. He was not there. Many people were arguing because the Bible said He gave to the man who was with her. Yeah, he was with her in the garden, but not in the right present where Satan or serpent was deceiving Eve. So Eve was taken away with the glory and beauty of what God made. It can happen to anybody. We're not going to blame Eve here. It can happen to anybody. Sightseeing, beautiful things. She left Adam and that very spot. And Adam was busy doing God's work. So, serpent is very, very crafty. And I want everybody to know that it takes the power of God, the grace of God, to avoid being tempted in the things you love. Satan will only come to tempt you using those things you desire too much in life. Satan will only come and program your mind, wrapping your interest and your agreement on the things you love more. That is why in this life, there should be nothing in your life that you will love more than the word of God, or love more than God. If you want to be an inventor, a creator, investor, anything you want to be in this life, put God first. Let His word be paramount in your heart, and you'll be able to understand and withstand when Satan or when evil is coming to confuse you or deceive you in your work. This is what happened. Eve so much desire wisdom, knowledge, and that is where Satan came. Genesis 3:13, the manner of life. Did God ask you not to eat from this tree of good of knowledge and evil? Yes, evil said yes. Then you know where Satan came? He said God lied. So dangerous being. He said God lied. How can God lie? How can a creator lie? How can the owner of everything lie about it? How can a man, or let's say a man, lie to his own son about his greatness, about his success, about what he has kept in the house? So all this idea did not occur to Eve to contend with Satan. But he said, God said we should not eat. Then serpent said, God lied. So because the day you eat from this tree of knowledge of good and evil, so your eye will be open. You will be like God. You will have wisdom. You will know good things. You will know evil things. He said you will not die. God is just using that to deceive you. But there's one thing here. Why Eve didn't call Adam into this? Selfishness, self-orientation. Me. God did not talk to Eve. The instruction was not given to Eve. The instruction was given to Adam. Okay, serpent, you said this. Okay, let me call Adam. Because the instruction was given to him. No. So God lied to us. It became personal. He said you will not die. And that is the beginning of our problem on it today. That is where everything went wrong. That is where the pain we are going through on earth today started. Communication is important in our life. If Eve had communicated, call Adam to attention, come, somebody is here we do not know. Come and listen to what he's saying, that God lied to us. Maybe Adam would have contended with serpent and invite God. They did not invite God. Remember, in the manual, when God created Adam and Eve, he said, let us give them dominion. He did not say, let us give us all dominion. He said, let us give them. Give Adam and Eve dominion over everything he has created on earth, in the sea, in the air. So, if the dominion is for Adam and Eve, God has no right there until he is invited. He is God. He valued his word more than his name. And if he doesn't value his word, or doesn't obey or respect his word, then what he made him God? Whatever he has said, he has said. His law is his law. He gave them dominion, he gave them power, he gave them authority over the earth. And remember, serpent has no right, no authority on earth. Serpent is not Adam, serpent is not Eve. Out of envy and jealousy, he came down when he was thrown out from heaven because of his rebellious life. He came down to earth and was envious about the kingdom of earth God have created, like the one here. So how can a man inherit this where he has no place to be, and will deceive them and take over the kingdom? The problem here is that if there was communication between Adam and Eve at this point in time, so many things would have been averted. This dormant death wouldn't have been activated. Man today have been living a life forever on earth. Because God said, the day you eat from this fruit, from this tree, you will surely die. God cannot change his word. For any man, for anybody, for any situation, his word is law, and that is what it is. He gave them dominion. He is not included. When you invite him, he will show up. When we do anything on earth without inviting God, you're on your own. Either Satan will show up when you do something opposite the will of God, something that has no positive interest, no good thing in it. Satan, because he's the deceiver, he's the destroyer, he's the killer, he will show up and now wrap you into your thinking and your idea and cause havoc. So, brethren, this is where everything went wrong with us today. We must know the truth. We must know the Bible. So many people are saying here and then that Adam was in the conversation. Adam was not there. Because you can't be in a place of discussion. You never said a word. You never said anything. You never argued anything. He was not there. He was with Eve in the garden. That is pure truth. They were in the garden together as companions, husband and wife, with animals, with many things. Serpent came, Satan came and entered into serpent. Serpent is an animal then. And this is where we fell. My people, communication is important in our life. No matter what the situation, communicate with your spouse and it will be well with us. God bless you all today.